Hey everyone, Dan Tortora here for another edition of The Light Between Us, which is proudly brought to you exclusively on WakeUpCall from Chick-fil-A Cicero on 7916 Brewerton Rd in Cicero, New York, spotlighting the team members that make up this incredible caring and giving family at Chick-fil-A Cicero. I am here today featuring Gianna Difulio. Gianna, how are you?
I am very good. How are you?
Happy to have you here. So we're both Italians.
Yes, we are. Yep.
So, yeah. Does that ever kind of like throw you how, I mean, we say words differently, right?
Uh-huh.
But if you're down south, they'll say Italian.
Uh-huh.
Or when somebody says manicotti, or
Yep.
marinara, or mozzarella. Like there's like nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that? Do you correct people or do you just kind of say, all right?
No, I have friends that like ask me how to say things because they're like, I don't want to butcher it. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, everybody says it different, but no, I just am like, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's fine.
What is the one Italian word that when it gets butchered, you're just like, I can't?
Well, my family says moots, like mozzarella
Yeah.
instead of mozzarella. Some people say mozzarella. I'm like, it takes me a second. I'm like, moots. I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right.
Mine is, I cannot manicotti.
Okay, yeah.
That's nails on a chalkboard to me. Because
Yeah.
it's manigot or manigati. Like, I can't.
Manicotti.
Man-
I don't think I've heard that one before.
Yeah, I can't. Somebody said it to, like, see what it did to me in high school. And I was like, I'm a peaceful man. I'm going to
Yep.
hold on to this tray
Just
as tight as
try.
I can.
Yep.
Yeah. So, what's your favorite part of being Italian and being in the culture?
Oh, the food. I mean, I feel
Easy
like that's an
answer.
obvious answer, but the food. Yeah.
Favorite
For
food?
sure. Probably my grandma makes amazing lasagna and amazing meatballs.
Okay.
I would say the meatballs. When you put them, so good.
What's Grandma's first name?
Noreen.
Noreen. So, what do you want to say to Noreen? What's like the best thing that Noreen, besides her food,
Okay.
what's the best thing Noreen has taught you?
Probably to really just stand up for what you believe in and don't let people push you around.
Okay.
Yeah, probably
So-
that.
Same thing from my grandma in her own words, I would
Yep.
say from G-Mama. So, Noreen teaches you to stick up for yourself.
Of course, yeah.
How have you stayed true to that and respectfully, when you need to, stand up for what you believe in and not apologize for who you are?
I think there's a time and place for everything, and I think that when someone comes up to you and you're just not, you feel like they're pushing you around a little bit, I think there's a time where you can just ignore it and smile, and then there's also a time where you can be like, actually, this is how I see it, or yeah, I agree with you, but, and I think putting it in different words, I think is really important.
So, positivity
Yes.
in a negative world.
Yes.
How do you stay positive?
I think focusing on the things that are positive, like for example, like this place, like I look forward to coming here every single day, very positive environment, and just trying to like get your head out of the bad and focus on the small things that people say to you or the people in your life that are good. I think really helps me a lot with that kind of thing.
So you said coming here to work every day, you love it.
I love it.
What is it about the atmosphere at Chick-fil-A Cicero that makes going to work a good thing, a fun thing, an enjoyable thing?
Well, lately I've been opening a lot, so I've been getting here early, and I think something like I've learned from that is like we get the same people that come in like every day, pretty much. And I think just making those relationships with the people that come in here, I think has really just made it so enjoyable for me because like, you know, I come in the morning and I can look forward to seeing Donna walk in and seeing how she's doing, like any updates in your life. And I think like that kind of thing, like I love talking to people. It's one of my favorite things. So I think just coming to work and talking to people about their lives and what they're doing, I think really helps me come to work every day.
Well, like you said, I mean, an atmosphere where you get to see people that you're used to seeing.
Right.
And Chick-fil-A says, they don't say customers, they say guests.
Yes, yeah.
So when somebody walks in, how do you treat them as a guest in your home as opposed to simply a customer?
I think one of the biggest things that they stress here is how are you doing today? And not just being like, how are you doing today? Can I get a name? How are you doing today? Let me actually listen to how you're doing today. And, if they say, I could be better, thinking, how can I improve that? How can they walk out of here and being like, okay, like, I'm having a rough day. Because everyone has a rough day. But, like, how can I make their experience a little bit better, or at least just get them to smile, like, before they walk out of here?
So saying how are you and actually meaning it,
Yeah.
and not just have it be like part of the job.
Exactly. Yeah.
So when you say, how are you doing, and somebody comes into Chick-fil-A Cicero and they say, man, I'm just having a really rough week, I'm having a rough morning, I'm stressed out, what would you say?
I would say, I'm really sorry. Is there anything I can do to help you? And sometimes it's just like, thank you for asking. And that's all that they need.
Yeah.
Or sometimes they're just like, it's just rough. And that's when, we talk, if we really feel like someone's having a really rough day, like I've gone up to directors or managers before and I've been like, this person's having a really rough day. Like, can I give them their beverage for free? Like, can I give them a DOC for next time they come in for an ice cream cup? Like just small things like that. And I feel like that makes the biggest difference. Because, and sometimes you don't even know when people are having a bad day.
Yeah.
Like sometimes they could be smiling through it all and you could just be treating them like normal. Like, treat them good. So that way, even if you don't know they're not having a good day, they still leave having a good day, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that's a beautiful thing. You can control how you treat people. Can't control what they do with it.
Correct.
Can't control how they come in, but you can, they always say, leave someone better than you found them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So why are you this way? Why are you someone who wants to leave other people better than you found them? Why do you care about more than just yourself?
I just feel like I've been that person that has just put a smile on their face when they're just like going through it and have just been like, yeah, I'm good, but I'm not good. Like, I've been that person a bunch. And so I feel like I've had times where I've walked into places and I've just been having a rough time. And, there's been times where people have been like, how are you today? Like, smiling, or like, hey, like, I really like your shirt. And, obviously it doesn't make my life better, but it just makes me happier. And then I've walked into places and people have done the absolute opposite. And they've just been like, hi.
Yeah.
Did you want anything else? And I'm like, that makes it worse.
Right.
So I think because I've been that person, like, I don't want people to feel how I felt from others before, not putting that on them, but, everyone's going through something.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't want to add to the pile of bad stuff. Mm-hmm. You want to put something good in there, even if it's the only good thing they get that day.
Right.
So when you're here and you're experiencing Chick-fil-A Cicero, mm-hmm. you're obviously working for owner-operator Jimmer Szatkowski.
Of course, yes.
When you think of Jimmer, first thing that comes to mind is what?
Selfless. Like, this week is our, like, team member appreciation week.
Yeah.
And, like, he doesn't have to do that. Like, team member appreciation week, I've never heard of that anywhere else, ever. That I've worked, or my friends, or my siblings, nowhere else. We have, like, shaved ice in the back for us right now. Like, he doesn't care what's going on. He just wants to help you. And I think that that's why I'm still here, honestly. Him and the whole family, obviously. That's why I'm still here.
How did you first kind of come to be that you wanted to be here, and how did the kind of journey with Chick-fil-A Cicero happen for you?
Yeah, so my dad lives in Cicero and my mom lives in Liverpool, so I kind of had a choice between Clay and here. Mm-hmm. And one of my friends was really just like, Gianna, you love the people who work here. And I was like, okay, like, I need a job, I'm just gonna try. And then I think as soon as I talked to Jimmer, I was like, yep, this is the place for me. And as soon as I walked in and they were like, can I get you like a beverage or anything for your interview? I was like, sure, like, yeah, this is where I'm supposed to be, for sure.
So I like to do something unique with my show, mm-hmm. where the person that I'm talking with gets to ask me the questions.
Ooh,
so
okay.
I've instituted in a lot of places. We call it rapid fire. But you can ask, we'll go back and forth. You can ask me any topic, anything in the world. Where do you want to go? You get the first question, I'll take the second.
Okay. How did you get started doing this show and this journey kind of with you?
I have always been a storyteller, and I love bringing people together. I am a man of faith. I don't hide it. I don't push it on anybody, but I absolutely, like you said, I'm not going to apologize for being me and trying to bring good into the world. So my faith, my storytelling, the want to bring people together, make people laugh, brighten up their day, it kind of just turned into, if I'm going to be this way, why not turn a mic on? Like, if I'm trying to affect the person sitting across from me at the table, why not make my table bigger, turn on the mic and the camera, and let it go? So my question back to you, Gianna, is if you could put any Italian dish on the Chick-fil-A Cicero menu that we could get out quick to people in the drive-thru, what would you put out there and why?
Well, I would say chicken parm because we already have chicken.
Right.
So we just need a homemade sauce.
Okay.
And some good cheese. And I think we got it.
See, I was thinking before I asked the question, we could do a chicken cutlet, like a chicken cutlet sandwich, and that would involve putting the sauce. I mean, you can make that into a chicken parm if you want.
Yeah, chicken parm sandwich.
Why not?
Why not do it all? Yeah.
All right, Jimmer, get on it. What's your next question for me?
Oh, okay. Did you grow up around here? Where did you grow up?
Syracuse, so
Okay.
right
in here.
in the city, yeah, city of Syracuse, about 10 minutes from the Dome. So been around to a lot of places, lived in different places, came back home, and definitely love being in my hometown. Blue collar, appreciate them very much. There's a Macklemore line that says, I got my city right behind me. If I fall, they got me. So I feel that with Syracuse. So yeah, love it here. My question back to you, Gianna. If you could travel back in time to 5-year-old you, what advice would you give to yourself that you wish you had?
That things are not going to be like as easy as you think that they're going to be. And that sometimes you go somewhere, you do something, you take a chance, and you think it's going to be great. And it's really hard, and it's a really big fight, but it's going to be okay. I think, not always going to be easy, I think, for sure.
All right, what's your final question for me?
If you could have dinner with anyone alive or dead, who would it be and why?
First and easiest answer, Jesus Christ.
Well, yes, of course.
If I pick someone other than him, totally different people, but Abraham Lincoln or Robin Williams. Abraham Lincoln because I'd want to know how he stuck by his decision, believing he was doing the right thing when half the country thought it was the wrong thing. Because some people struggle to make decisions when one person disagrees with them, let alone, and people that say, you'll know if you're right or wrong based on quantity. I'm like, you'll know if you're right or wrong based on your gut and the quality and the prayer. Quantity, just because a lot of people are going in one direction doesn't mean it's the right direction. So I would ask him about the decision he made and why. Because sometimes going the road less traveled is the right road.
Yeah.
And then Robin Williams, because I learned a lot from him, even though I never met him. And I love making people laugh. I love ad-libbing. I love being creative. So I would love to spend a day with him learning me learning him, and making him laugh would be really cool to do.
That'd be fun.
So,
yeah.
And in that same vein, if you went on a cross-country road trip with any 3 people, living or dead, who would you want to travel the country with and why?
First of all, my dad.
Okay. What's Dad's first name?
Rich.
Hi, Rich. Why is Rich on the bus?
My dad is my best friend in the whole world.
Okay.
He's just great. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, he just gets me. Like, we're just the same. Yeah, and like he would come, him and my mom actually would both come to school when I was having a tough time, like in the drop of a hat, like middle of the night, like I'm there. And you know, that put a lot into perspective for me, I think. And I was like, wow, I have really great parents and I have a really great dad. So I think that for sure, my dad. Yeah.
Okay. So who else is on the bus?
You said alive or dead, right?
Yep. You got 3 people. So you got Dad.
Well, I need someone who can play music, right? Okay, so like Michael Jackson,
All
right?
Uh-huh.
Because I need someone to entertain me
Right.
while I'm there.
I would love to see him do the moonwalk while the bus is going.
Exactly, and I just feel like it would be so fun because imagine he's like writing songs while we're doing it, and then I get a feature,
Yeah.
right? Right?
You just see him like humming a little beat to himself. He's like, you know, just got to go through the thing, and you're like, what is he writing?
And I'm like, I want in.
Yeah.
And obviously he's gonna let me in.
All right.
Of course.
Michael
So I'd
Jackson.
say Michael Jackson.
Arguably the best entertainer of all
I
time.
love Michael Jackson. And then, well, this is kind of basic, but if I'm gonna have my dad, I also have to have my brother
Okay.
because
What's your brother's name?
Joey.
Joey.
All right. They're hilarious together, and I need someone to entertain. I need a lot of entertainment, clearly.
Okay.
When I'm on the road.
Who would fan out for Michael Jackson more?
My brother.
Okay.
My brother. He will sing Michael Jackson in the car, like absolutely crazy. He'll be like, "Do I sound like him?" No, you don't sound like him. Like
The older or younger?
older.
Older. How old
He's
is Joey?
older. He just turned 21 a couple
Okay.
weeks ago.
All right, Joey.
Yeah.
And he will just spontaneously Michael Jackson songs.
Yes, my brother and I are both singers. We're both big singers. So
Okay.
yeah, he thinks that he sounds like Michael Jackson.
All right.
Sorry,
All right, Joey. I look forward to hearing that.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, in this edition of The Light Between Us from Chick-fil-A Cicero, Gianna, you get the last word. If you can give any piece of advice to someone watching or listening, what would you like to say?
I would say to never forget how big of a difference you can actually make in somebody's life, because simply smiling at someone can really make an impact. And stay true to yourself and keep the people close to you that you love and that support you, because those people are forever. So yeah, that was a lot of advice, but
I love it. Smile, you never know what it can do, and keep the people that you truly love close to you, because that's everything.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, for Gianna and myself, Dan, here at Chick-fil-A Cicero, come and visit them every day but Sunday at 7916 Brewerton Rd in Cicero, New York. And remember to be a light, because you never know what shining that light can do for somebody else.
yeah.
Gianna,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
your time.